Hey everyone, this is Shauna and you're watching Ex Felon Unfiltered. So in this video, I will be talking to you all about the day before I had to turn myself in and the day I had to turn myself in. So yeah. So I had to turn myself in on June 3rd, 2013. And I was sentenced to 36 months with probation, and I had to pay a fine. A week before I had to turn myself in, it was Memorial Day. So, I remember me and my boyfriend at the time, we was going back and forth whether or not we wanted to get married. I I did want to get married, but again, I didn't want to get married because I was going to jail and I didn't want him to be out here cheating or whatever, doing whatever he wanted to do. So I just wanted him to be free while I'm locked up, but he wasn't having that. So we set up a meeting with our a pastor, like a meeting there, and we sat there and talked about everything. And my boyfriend at the time, which is my husband now, he was like really wanting to marry me or whatever. So I still wasn't like on board until like a couple days before we actually got married, because I knew that um like even though like we was in a situation that we was in, we basically living in a room. And I knew that um when I go to prison, he is the only one is gonna be able to help me. My mom wasn't helping me. My other sisters that was not in prison wasn't helping me. Um and I didn't know how life in prison for me was gonna be, because again, I never went to prison. And my dad, he was in and out of prison, and another thing that made me mad when I went to prison, because I said to myself, I will never go to prison, because my dad, he was in and out of prison, and I just felt like that was embarrassing. Going to prison, I feel like, was very embarrassing. So um where was I going at with that? Yeah, so I was still going back and forth about getting married. So um we still talking throughout the meeting and stuff. And then I just realized um like I love this man. He been here since day one. When I told him about everything, it is not like his mood changed, his attitude changed. Ain't nothing changing this man. So, and he was willing to marry me, and knowing that I was going to prison. So, say like Memorial Day was on Monday, on a Monday. Um, yeah, Memorial Day was on a Monday. That following Monday, I had to turn myself in. So, we got married. So I did finally agree that for us to get married. And when I agreed, I think it was like, whew, I think If I'm not mistaken, because I remember it was like a week. No, it was it was like a Wednesday or Thursday where I said, okay, we can get married. So when I said, okay, we can get married, and I got my stuff together, we got married on June 2nd, which was the day before I had to turn myself into prison. We got married, and then my mom came, my niece came, she brought two other people. I didn't know who them people was. Then there was people at my church that stayed because it was on a Sunday. And it was the ceremony was after church, and my husband, two daughters came, and yeah, so we got married, and then so after we got married and stuff, we went out for um technically our last dinner, cause the next day I had to get up and get ready to turn myself into prison. So um yeah, so I did get married the day before I went to prison. And the next day I had to turn myself in. So I will share with you all that in the next video. You're watching Shauna, and this is Ex Felon Unfiltered.